Hello and welcome to Art Studio Henry. Today I'm going to continue this painting and talk about a common problem that artists often face: what to do at that awkward stage when you like what you've done so far, but now you worry if you carry on, you might just ruin it. So here we are with the only partially resolved painting. I'm at that stage where, yes, I'm pleased with it. Some things are better than I hoped, but overall it's not really what the aspiration that I had in my mind, so I want to make it better, but I'm in fear that it may be worse. And my feeling is, does it matter if I make it worse? What am I trying to do? Well, it's a sketchbook. I'm not going to sell this. I haven't painted a hedgehog before. I'm kind of learning. I don't do many animals. What do you do with the background? So I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff, and yes, I might make it worse, but I'm going to have a go because hopefully I learn something. So let's see how we go with hoping that I learn something. And you can join me at the end, the side-by-side, and see whether you think it is better and whether it matters. Okay, well, I'd like to fill in the background, but this is quite sort of soft here and getting vague, and I want the background to be vague, so I'm worried that putting in a darker background will lessen this shape that we have here, which looks quite nice on the white. So I've done a little bit of initial drawing with some sort of leaves. He's got a paw here that's kind of got, it's a bit of a funny angle really, but it is the kind of angle that I see in the picture, I think. And there's a lot of dark undescribed area here where clearly he's actually got another paw, some claws here, but actually I think I should have put it back there. Maybe that could be the front paw. Maybe it is the front paw, I don't know. I'm not a hedgehog. So I've got to think of some way of sort of fitting him in nature. Maybe some contrast of colour. I saw a hedgehog come through our garden. First time ever I'd actually seen a hedgehog. Very exciting and a little bit scary story, which I'll tell you. I was sitting in the lounge and it was evening time, and I had the light off because I didn't want mosquitoes to come in, and I was airing the lounge, and I could hear this really distinct rustling outside, and it just kept sort of going and going, and it sounded like something going through very dry leaves, perhaps under the hedge or something. And I was thinking, what on earth is that? So I then went out with my phone, and it was dark obviously, I couldn't see anything, so I put the light on the phone and I pointed the phone to where I could hear the rustling, and I could see nothing at all. It was coming closer and closer, and I was thinking, well, what is it? I mean, what are the possibilities? I doubt that it was I don't think I even thought of fox, but I thought of badger. I don't know whether I've ever seen a badger here, and the garden's sort of relatively enclosed. I doubt that one would come through, and I thought most likely it's a rat, but it sounded pretty big for a rat. And I thought, I don't know, and I said to myself, if you suddenly see it, don't scream out. Not that I'm scared of whatever it could be, rat or otherwise, but just that sometimes the surprise of seeing something makes you shout out. And it was late at night and I didn't want to embarrass myself or disturb the neighbours. Anyway, I shone the light to where the sound was coming from, and it was quite low ground cover, sort of like some ivy and just plants, and I could see them moving. And the rustling was coming closer and closer. I swear it was like something out of Jurassic Park, where the bushes are moving but you can't see the scary enemy. I was thinking, this is ridiculous. This is like some weird film. And then eventually out onto the grass, and I didn't really notice it until it was quite a bit out onto the grass, and it stopped rustling because the grass wasn't rustly. And it was this hedgehog. It was such a surprise. And it was really big as well. It didn't do very much. It just stood suspiciously in the light. Anyway, the funny part of that I thought was the fact that it was sort of so scary and weird, like a film. So there you go. So here we are, nearly at the end of the painting, and I just wanted to share with you some of my reflections about continuing work, even if you risk it being less good by the end. One reason I think that this dilemma crops up so often is a very positive one. If you consider that on the whole we are gradually and continuously improving, then it stands to reason that the very next piece you do may well be the best you've ever done. And if we are put off continuing for fear of messing up, then I think we learn less. Brush miles matter, and even if it doesn't turn out to be the masterpiece you wanted, then you still have learnt something. And most of all, painting is a process, and to try and enjoy it along the way. Well, these are the before and after of my painting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and how you deal with this particular challenge. Happy painting, and see you next time.